According to the state Supreme Court, members of the Texas House violated the separation of powers by delaying the execution of a convicted child killer. This is Monday, November 18th, 2024.
Texas Scorecard presents the day's first news for the Lone Star State, the Texas Minute, with your host, Michael Quinn Sullivan.
Hey, thanks for kicking off your week with the Texas Minute. I hope you'll tell your friends and family about the Texas Minute. Encourage them to either listen to the podcast or subscribe to the free daily email. Both of those can be found at texasminute.com. That's texasminute.com. Let's get to the news. Lawsuits against the social media platform X must now be filed in Texas under its new terms of service. Once based in California, the company was moved to Texas by billionaire Elon Musk after he purchased it. Now those using the service must agree that all disputes related to the company will be brought exclusively in federal court in the Northern District of Texas or any state court located in Tarrant County. Incoming Texas State Representative Andy Hopper is proposing an amendment to the state's constitution establishing a right to refuse vaccinations. In filing the measure, Hopper said Texans deserve, quote, comprehensive protection from being forced to undergo a medical procedure they may not want. Hopper's proposal comes roughly 1 year after Governor Greg Abbott signed a measure into law banning COVID-19 vaccine mandates by private employers. It's worth noting here that constitutional amendments require 2/3 support in both the House and the Senate before being sent to the public for ratification. A new measure would require rapid DNA testing of illegal aliens by the Texas Department of Public Safety. The measure's author is Republican State Representative Terry Leo Wilson of Galveston. She wants DPS to work with the U.S. Department of Homeland Security to target groups of foreign nationals who are suspected of lying about their familial status. You might recall that after Ted Cruz visited the border last year, he strongly expressed the need for DNA testing to prevent child trafficking. Such a program did exist during the first Trump administration. The Biden administration, though, quietly ended the rapid DNA testing program in 2023, but never explained why they did so. The Texas Minute will be right back.
Do you ever wonder what it would be like to trust that where you get your news is accurate and pro-citizen? Well, Texas Scorecard has you covered. We give you real news for real Texans. Go to TexasScorecard.com today.
In a ruling issued on Friday, the Supreme Court of Texas found that a maneuver by some members of the state house to delay the execution of a convicted child murderer was a violation of the separation of powers. The case in question concerns Robert Roberson, who was convicted of killing his 2-year-old daughter Nikki in 2002. With all his appeals exhausted, Roberson was set to be executed last month. But moments before his scheduled execution, the Texas Supreme Court issued a temporary stay. That's because members of the House Criminal Jurisprudence Committee, chaired by Democrat State Representative Joe Moody, issued a subpoena for Roberson to appear before it. That scheme was challenged by many Republicans, including Governor Greg Abbott, who said the committee, quote, stepped out of line in issuing the subpoena at the 11th hour. While the latest ruling from the Supreme Court acknowledges legislative committees do have the power to issue subpoenas even to inmates, that power does not extend to delaying executions. A trial court will now determine Roberson's new execution date, which cannot occur sooner than in 90 days. You can find the details of all the stories mentioned today and keep up with the latest news by visiting TexasScorecard.com. This edition of the Texas Minute was based on the original reporting of Emily Medeiros, Luca Cacciatore, Will Biagini, and Brandon Waltons. It was produced by Nick Shepard. I look forward to seeing you out around the Lone Star State. Have a great day.
Thanks for listening to the first news of the day for the Lone Star State. This has been the Texas Minute with your host, Michael Quinn Sullivan.